music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jaylee's Corner, and this is one of those quick gossip things that I have to do every once in a while. So we all watched Black Ink Crew, right? We all watched it on Wednesday, and we saw Walt have a mini-ass breakdown when he was talking with Tatiana going off, talking to C's going off. We saw earlier in the season how he was, talking a lot of bullshit about oh shit and his wife. So Walt has been on a little bit of a asshole spree, but for the most part, some of it was jokes, some of it not so much. So last night's episode, well, Wednesday's episode, we saw Walt kind of went off on a tangent against Tatiana. And Tatiana, who is the new acting manager, which I don't know they still need one, because Sky Ass ain't even went back to Atlanta, but whatever. So, Walt kind of went off on Tatiana, was calling her a bitch, telling her she voted entitled. It was a crazy. He then, was arguing with C's about how don't nobody care about him and what he going through, and he walked off like, fuck this shit. And it was a tough episode. Anyone who watches Black Ink Crew know Walt is usually the jokester. He typically is not the mean one. He does not go off on people. And so I felt like when I seen the way he was acting, I'm looking like, something up with Walt, because that ain't usually how Walt act at all. So it was very, very out of character. So what we did see is Walt went on IG today, yesterday, and he posted basically an apology to his wife Nikki and to Tatiana. For Shit and his wife, he was saying things like, Nikki wasn't really pregnant. She's not really faithful. He should a DNA test. She's a lying bitch that. She's a lying bitch that. And he was more going in on Shit wife, which pissed Shit off. And there was even on IG, after every episode, we did see Shit post and stuff like, this is my baby. I can't believe anybody would say. So he was pissed off. We saw that happening in earlier episodes on IG. I just didn't talk about it because I was like, whatever. I did not see Nikki post much about it, but I'm pretty sure she was offended too, as far as Walt saying things like, that bitch lying about being pregnant, and all these other things. As far as Tatiana, it was just him not being nice to her, him kind of hazing her a little bit as the newbie. So when he apologized, he just kind of said how he had been going through some things when filming was going on, how he recently, of course, was watching the episodes, watching things he had said, having conversations with friends and family, and he came to the realization that, he needed to be better. I'm going to read a little bit of his response because it was a long thing. If you want to see his whole response, go on his IG. He said, I had a nice talk with some friends last night about a few things, and I spoke about how I've never been sorry for shit, really, but I do feel sorry for suckers, but that's about it. He says, however, we must be able to acknowledge certain things. Looking at last night and the season as a whole, I've really been looking crazy at how I've been with friends and people I know. Just because I may think or feel a certain way doesn't mean I always have to say or do anything about it. Finding other ways to communicate better as opposed to the crazy lash outs, even with jokes. You say, yeah, it should be funny, but the cost others have to pay for said jokes sometimes ain't worth it all. And he goes on to say that kind of stuff or whatever. He says too, Tati, I acknowledge the shit I've done, and I've acknowledged the shit that I've done, and he messed it up, and I can apologize to Tatiana for not even giving her a chance. I'm always hard on the newbies, but there's other ways to go about things. He says, I want to officially apologize to Nikki and Shit. I know I'm not your favorite person right now, and that's understandable. As a man, I have to live with certain things. Once you get a chance to fully sit with your shit and reflect, you start to see things from another's perspective, and regardless of if I was just trying to be funny, I didn't have to say what I said. So it was cool to see him fully apologize to all of them knowing what he said was kind of crazy. And I love Walt jokes. Walt jokes are usually funny, but I think I said in my review, like, damn, y'all really going hard on Nikki, like, calling her bitches and hoes, but I kept saying to myself, but that's kind of also how they talked about Duchess. But I felt like it was different for Nikki because they didn't know her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing if you're a friend with somebody and they do some dumb shit or they do some whole shit, you don't like them no more, so you're venting. But they was basically venting on Nikki, and they don't really know her like that or whatever. I mean, calling her a hoe and saying that, you know, that probably wasn't his baby, and if he left for all this time to come back, and, you know, it was a lot of craziness that Walt did say. I do think he said it all in jokes, but it was still hurtful. I think he had to realize that, oh shit, was mad. Like, bitch, you talking about my wife. And, you know, people kept on, like, in my review that I did yesterday, I didn't really go off on Walt. Like, I didn't say, like, he a piece of shit. I can't believe how he said that. All I said was he was wrong for going, like, snapping on Tati. And he also should not have called her out her name. But I said the points he had was valid. But still, as he said, the way he said things were wrong. And, you know, that part was kind of crazy. So we do see how Nikki responded on IG, and she said that, you know, she did accept his apology and she supports him, his art, and his growth, because he is a great fucking photographer. Like, if y'all have not seen his shots on his IG, go check out his IG. I think it's called, like, Walt Took My Picture, something like that. But yeah, he's great at photography. So, you know, Osha's wife at least responded and, you know, said that she accepted it. We do see how Tatiana also responded, and she said she understands, you know, Walt made a mistake and she forgave him, you know, reminding him that people deserve love and he's loved as well, and said how she's happy that even though they're from different backgrounds, that their paths cross. So I'm pretty sure, you know, they're probably, you know, at least good now. We even seen Jada crack a joke and said, well, can you apologize for breaking my goddamn deep freezer? I said, bitch, well, first of all, the goddamn deep freezer should not have been in the goddamn living room. That's the first thing that I said. But, you know, I respect how Walt saw the episode, saw how fucking crazy it was, and he issued an apology. And he didn't even issue a woe was me he said, like, I don't want this to be a woe was me, you know, don't cry for me or whatever. He said, but I can admit my faults and where I was wrong, and I see that now. And, you know, people saying how, you know, he would act like Sky. He not like Sky. Sky is forever being rude to people and being a bitch to people and just being crazy. Walt don't usually do that. That's why I kept on saying it was so weird for him to be acting like that. So Sky, who was going through things with her kids and was lashing out at other people, she did it, in my opinion, in a more destructive way. She continuously did it. It was just weird. It was not fun. It was just awkward as fuck. Whereas when Walt did it, he was cracking little jokes here and there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really that bad. But when he went at Tati, that was like, okay, something wrong. And the thing about it is, when he apologized, he didn't make himself be like, oh, I'm going through things and feel bad for me. He said, I am going through things, but however, my actions were completely wrong. Whereas Sky would say stuff like, well, I'm going through things, so that's the reason why. And she does not apologize for her actions, in my opinion, in a humble, truthful, really sorry for what I did way. And so I feel cool to see that Walt literally went and did a public apology after flipping out. I'm pretty sure, you know, it'll be addressed on the episode as well. We know that next week's episode, we'll figure out what he's going through. But I thought it was cool that he went and apologized. Now, I didn't see, when I did this earlier, I did not see if oh shit responded yet or not. Hopefully he did. You know, him and oh shit been cool for a long time. I feel like, you know, hopefully if oh shit wife can understand, you know, him, because she said, you know, you have growth. It takes a grown man to grow up and say, I fucked up, I'm sorry. And I think that was great as well. So again, if y'all want to see his whole, because it was a full, long, little apology that he went on. And he said he wanted to hear people's opinions on what he did. Walt, for the most part, I think is the most intriguing character for Black Ink Crew, because if you follow him on social media, he consistently is just wanting to be in a happy, content place, and he talks to the people who follow him or whatever. He is open to conversations, and I've never talked to him, so I don't want y'all to think, well, she wants to know. I ain't never messaged him. I just follow him and I like his pictures. I like taking pictures too. And it just takes a lot of balls to admit I fucked up, my bad, I'm sorry, and do it publicly. So again, really, really cool of him to do that. And that's all I have for you guys today. So I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee Corner. Damn it. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.